Okay, so here's an animation, and what we're going to do is we're going to just watch it, and then we're going to integrate it into an iOS app, and we're going to create that iOS app from scratch, and we're going to integrate Flow Common and do all the nice necessary steps. So let's start with Xcode. We're going to create a new project. It's going to be an iOS single view app. Let's call it Flow Integration. We're going to save it to the desktop. We're going to open a Cocoapods app. We're going to say new pod file from Xcode project. There's our project. We're going to open that up. And then we're going to put pod flow common iOS 1.8.4. And we're going to hit install. We'll close that project for now. We don't need it. And pod installation is complete. So let's go back here. Open our newly created workspace. Close you. And now we have our flow integration project running on iPhone X. Okay, so we have the simulator, we have our app built. The next thing that we want to do is we now want to go back to Flow. We're going to quit Cocoapods. We're going to go back to Flow. We're going to press Command-Shift-E. We're going to select our timeline, Flow Logo Animation to export. We're going to scroll down. We're going to select iOS. And then we're going to hit Export. Open that folder. And here is our exported project. Okay, on the left we have our original project, and what we're going to do now is we're going to grab our scene view and our timeline. We're going to bring them into our project. I'm going to create a new group from the selection. Just going to name it the same thing. And in here, if you saw those red marks, we can get rid of those by simply importing. Like that. The same thing here. There we go. All our errors are gone. But for now, let's go back to this project, and we're going to manipulate the storyboard a little bit. We're going to create a new UI view. We're going to drag it onto the scene. Then we're going to go into our scene view, and we're going to grab this 345 by 240. We're going to resize. .345, 240, make it big enough. Center it horizontally in container. Width and height, just like that. Then we're going to change this to a scene view. And look at that. That's the beginning of our animation. You can see it because it's IB designable. All right. So now in our view controller, we want to do a couple of things. First, we want to import Flow Common. Next, we want to open up that storyboard and drag an outlet into our class. We're going to call that our scene view. We're going to create a variable for our timeline. We're going to close that. In our view did load, we're going to create the timeline. And the duration is going to be 3.5 seconds. The reason I know that is because back in our flow file, it's 3.5 seconds. So we've created a timeline, we've associated with our scene view, we've given it a duration of 3.5 seconds, and now when the view appears, we're going to press play. Cool. Now, if I wanted to repeat that, I could also do that, but I do that in the constructor here. You can add the repeat count to the constructor and call it greatest finite magnitude, makes it repeat indefinitely. And we're done.